Was that a yeah? That was a yeah? Okay, perfect. All you need is your long stick and we'll get moving. So just find yourself in parallel sits bones or wider. I'm going wider, a little tight in the hips today. And I'm just going to rock that back and forth. How high you come, totally up to you. So you can do a high releve or you can just get that very subtle rocking if you've got anything going on in the feet. Find your inhale, exhale, think from pubic bone, belly button, rib cage. We're giving a gentle zipper, not a death grip. We're not weight loading into that core right now. And then go ahead, a little more purposeful. Let's rise up, bend the knees just a little bit, lengthen tall and lower. Go ahead, rise up, little knee bend, lengthen tall and lower. Just one more, rise up, little knee flexion. The knees are going forward and down. This time, rise up and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Heels together, toes apart. Little Pilates V. Lift, hold here, little knee bend. Lengthen tall and lower. Again, rise up. Little knee flexion. Lengthen tall and lower. Let's just do one more. Make sure your spine's in that nice neutral position. We're not trying to flatten anything out. We're just staying neutral. Pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. And let's go wide, but in parallel. And let's get a bigger squat going. So let's get those hips warming up a little bit. Just push that bar forward, yet your booty goes back, right? Let's go 4 more. And go 3. Find a nice casual breath. Last 2. And this time stay down, hold here, releve up, lengthen to tall, and lower it down. Squat. Releve. See, Lisa, someone has decided to lie right smack in the middle of your mat. Press it down. Why would a puppy not do anything other, right? Like attention knee. Hold here, lift and lower. Soften the arms, right? So the weight is going into the knees, hips, ankles. It's nicely distributed. We are in neutral. Stay in the lift. Give me some pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen to tall. Lower that down. Take it to wide plie. Let's go releve. So it's not too wide. You still want to be able to lift up your heels. Releve, plie, lower the heels, press to tall. Releve, plie, lower and lift. Just one more. Releve, plie, lower and lift. And this time releve, stay down for a little pulse here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, press to tall. Turn those feet forward. Let's get a couple stretches here. So I'm going parallel sits. You don't have to change directions, you guys. I'm just changing for visual. Heel it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Push that out and then straighten those legs. So depending on which arm you have on top, the one that's on top is actually going to get a little more armpit stretch. Rock it back and forth here. Connect your abs. So when we do the second one, just switch your top arm. I know it sounds minimal, but it actually does make a difference. Bend the knees, slowly curl up, pull that bar towards you, lift your heart, open it up, big breath. Exhale, come to tall, switch the hand on top, peel it down, press that away. Same movement, hang out in your top arm. Inhale, exhale. Again, trying to untuck the tailbone, straighten out those hammies, lift up the balls of the feet, lean back there for a moment, feel that beautiful stretch. And then feet go flat, bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. Give me that little lay back, lift. Now stay here. Don't be too connected. Just be a little lazy. And just do that little side to side glance. Inhale, exhale as we're wiggling it left and right. And then come all the way to tall. Peel it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Straighten out the arms, but keep the knees bent. Drop into the armpits. Now I've sort of gone one hand over the other so that my arms are the same height. And then look from the left to the right. Make this peekaboo from left to right quite purposeful. And then give me a little chin nod. So look up towards your pole, down towards your knees or your pubic bone. Feel that large yes happening. And then as the head drops down, peel the spine, come all the way up. And on this one, give me a very purposeful extension back. So I'm pushing the arms forward, retracting the shoulders, lifting the heart, Look over towards one direction. Look over towards the other. Bring it to center and come down neutral spine. So think long spine as you come down, and then bend the knees and body wave up. Let's go again, nice and long. Push out the tush. Exhale, bend and come up. And then this one, we're going to stay down for our poodle wag. Pull that in or stretch it out. Take the tailbone, wiggle it from left to right. Now, I like bending the elbows, having them close into my ears. If you want your arms straight, go ahead. I'm going to look to my hip as I pull it around the corner. Inhale, exhale. I'm just going to let Janelle in here, you guys. Keep moving for me. There she is. At the mercy of internet sometimes. And then bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. Rise up, push the bar forward, lift the heart, and let's extend open. Now in this one, let's peek over towards the pictures. You guys don't have any pictures? Peek over one direction. Peek over to the paint corrections. Peek over the other way. Back to center, come all the way forward, lower the heels. Beautiful. Take your legs into a wide position. Push one arm forward, let's stir the pot. Morning, Janelle. Let that arm just sweep as you go. Nice and loose. If you're a bit tight, come a little higher out of the hips, right? Sweep the other direction. And let's get that sawing action. So I'm just reaching over. So if I'm a little tight, I'm going to stay taller to do this. My vision just goes over the arm. If I'm feeling okay, maybe I'll go a little deeper. That's up to you. Kind of play around with where you feel comfortable. Now go ahead and hold that. Grab the leg somewhere. Reach the arm out. Take a peekaboo up or under the armpit, depending on how far down you've chosen to go. So a little bit of saw. Now we're holding it. Nice big breath. Let that arm come to the center. Let it dangle. Slowly peel all the way up. Bring those feet in nice and tight. Bars just to the side of your body. Reach. Come over a big beach ball. And then lean your hips in opposition, but also send the other arm out too. Peek to the floor. Here you can sway a little bit into your lateral, or you can just hold the position and breathe. We want to get as big as we can into the intercostals. One more massive breath. And then reach it all the way out. And just kind of give that arm a little couple rolls. So it can be elbow, shoulder, or big backstroke. Maybe a couple little front strokes. Shake that off. Let's do the other side. I'm going wide, hinge, and I'm just stirring the pot. So maybe if you feel good, you can reach the arm away. You can go deeper. That's going to be harder. Forward flexion, with any type of rotation, etc., is always switch directions, harder on the spine. So anytime you got something going on, nice and high, bring that up. Take the arm and let's saw it across and peekaboo over the shoulder. If you feel good, down you go, you guys. Get a little saw action going. So the idea here is to go into rotation and gently come out. Don't make it forceful. And then go ahead and stay there. Push that arm out. Look over your armpit or under. Grab hold and give that a little pull so you get some nice rotation happening in your spine. Bring it back to center. Gently roll all the way up. And then bring it in tight. Imagine going up and over that big beach ball. Reach both arms out actively. Lean the hip in opposition. Pulse here a little bit or hold. Remember, anything pulsing is very subtle. I'm not bang, bang, bang. It's not a ballistic type pattern. It's just this smooth little, very unforceful push into a lengthening sensation. Hold that. Take a really big breath, opening up those intercostals. And exhale, bring it all the way back out. Start a couple shoulder rolls. When you're ready, it goes elbow. If you're feeling good, it goes right into the back stroke. And then a couple little front strokes. The whole body's moving here, right? We're looking for mobility in every little joint. Bring it back to center. And we're just going to put that pole just to the side. You won't need it right away. Just place it to the side of your mat, not too far. And then let's get some warmth here. So roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Hands down to the ground. Extend the legs up towards straight. So maybe they're not on the ground. Shins or quads is doable. Let your head dangle. Take a big breath. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone. Open up the palms and let's give a big stretch with the arms. With the pull, you miss this. All the way open. Hands down, center heart. Peel it down one more time. Hands on shins, quads, floor. Exhale, extend to straight. Fold into that flexion. Bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. Big breath at the top, open it. Hands down, center heart, and roll it down. This time we're going to keep the hands on the ground, guys. Walk it out to cat. 4, 3, knees down. Last 2 counts, the arms line up. Uncurl your tailbone, but more so uncurl your toes. And just give me some sternum drops. Drop through, press away. So I am in neutral. I'm trying to drop through my shoulder blades, which doesn't change my pelvis, right? Now stay strong in your shoulder blades, curl your toes, sit back into your toes. So this is the first sit back we've had. So feel that little stretch. Watch your ankles aren't sickling out. I'm going to move my hands what feels too far forward, but it won't be when we start to pull forward. So pull forward, let your hips drop down and open. And then exhale, push that back and drop down to the center. Go back and forth. Inhale, pull it forward, stretch out the back, and then bring it down and lengthen. One more time, we're going to stay in the forward, uncurl the toes, give a little wiggle here. So if this is tight, down to your elbows, please. We're wiggling left and right. See how it feels? And then press it back. Widen out your knee stance. Drop into a very wide child's pose. Bring your head down to the ground if that's doable. If that's a little tight, go into block pose. Little no on the neckline. If your hips are tight here, come into this position so your hips aren't at such a deep angle. Perfectly fine. And then hands nice and strong, curl those toes back under, and let's get a little plank going. Let's warm a few things up here. Nice strong inhale, and I just want you to lift an inch off. Watch you're not collapsing. So we're in short plank. Inhale, exhale for me, nice and strong. Draw your shoulders away, push away from the floor, and keep your shins parallel to the floor. Let's go 4, 3, 2. We're going to press into a down dog. That was cute. Right underneath your arms. Stretch down into the down dog. Now, if you're a little tight here, bend the knees, lift the heels. Otherwise, let's kind of go up and down on the toes here a little bit. Inhale, exhale, and then leave the heels down if you can, and press a little deeper. Now, I always feel like my hands are going to slide on the mat. Maybe I just have a cheap mat, but I'm going to hold on nice and tight, or sweaty palms. Drop into my armpits, get a little deeper into the shoulders now. Not doable, lift the heels, bend the knees. Perfectly fine. Place your hands strong, walk them forward, 1, 2. Now you're in a longer plank position, tailbone tuck. Now if you want to go to your knees, you can. Let's get a little pouncing cat going. Down and up. Now if your pole is at all in the way, just back it up a little bit, because we are going to do a moving kind of like a mountain climber action with our legs. Go 2 more little pouncing cats. Now this time when we pounce back, drive into one leg and send the other leg forward. Yeah, don't put the knee down because we're going to come right out of it, and bring it back, and then alternate and bring it back. Now, if you need the knee down and you're going here on knees, this is fine. I can lunge out, come to knee, lunge out, come to knee, or I'm full. Now, as you start to get warmer, I want you to drop that knee down towards the floor, getting a little bit more stretch. Go one more time. Now this time, keep that leg driving forward. Lower the knee and reach that arm up to the sky. Get some nice rotation. Take this hand, reach it behind, draw your fingers open, pull your palm back, big breath. Bring the hand all the way down, press away, and forward with the other knee. And knee drops down. You can uncurl the back toe if you want. Spread out your fingers, pull your palm back, rotate into your heart, big breath here. Bring it all the way back, push back, and now walk your hands to your feet. In 4, all the way, 3, on 2 and 1, you're dangling all the way in. Bend the knees if you need to. Grab your pole here, and then bend your knees, drop your tailbone, come all the way up to tall. Body should feel a little bit more warmer. Find a nice wide lateral, and we're going to do a little figure 8 here, you guys. So the first one, we're going to start with that big passive squat. So roll it down, fists can go down, or you go to your elbows, depending on your hips, but come right down there. See how those hips feel. So go ahead and press into side to side. Again, a little tight in the hips. You're up here pressing side to side. Whatever feels good, right? If your hips are feeling impingement down low, you're up here shifting left, right. If you're feeling good, right down there. From here, we're going to pick up that bar, slowly peel all the way up, roll our shoulders, and then have a nice wide stance. We're going to start that open position. So start up here, come all the way down, and then as you squat through the center, rotate the pole, figure 8, give me a lateral flexion, give me extension, and bring it all the way down. Go as low as you want, or stay as high as you need, right? Listen to the body. One more time. Really push that top arm out there. Open the chest in extension. Push the other top arm out and bring it down. Now switch directions. Use a massive inhale on this. And I always like to pretend like I'm trying to pull apart. So it adds a little traction as you're going. One more time, all the way around. And then bring it right down to center. Give a few little wiggles. Roll yourself up if you're down. So if you're using hand weights at all, and I forgot to mention that, if you want your hand weights, go grab them, you guys. Place it just in the front on one side or the other. Now I'm going to be picking it up with my left hand. I'm going to step forward with my right. So I'm stepping forward with my right. The pull goes onto that side. Hinging into the hip, I'm going to grab hold of that. If I don't need the pull, I won't use it. So I'm going to lunge in and press away. That first movement is going to be a row of the back arm. Inhale, exhale. I'm reaching the pull and the weight forward, and I'm pulling them both back. As I'm doing that, I'm deepening into my lunge. Now, if I'm having any issues, again, I might stay a little higher for this. If my hips are inviting, get right down there. Let's go 3 more. And 2. And 1. Now hold it in the down. Sneak your back leg in. Harder, reach the pole farther forward. Find yourself in balance. Lower and lift. Now this is going to be a little difficult because you're lower and lifting the same leg. 4, 3. That makes the balance, because you're not really counterbalancing your weight, a little harder. Last one. Place the foot down in warrior. Place the foot down in warrior. Bend into it, press out. So you can push that forward again. And on this one, we're going to start with the weight down and pull it open. So I'm rotating as I pull open. Let's go 4. Watch your front knees not collapsing. Go 2 more. And 1. Stay in the forward. Rotate your back foot back to parallel. Tuck it in a bit. Stand tall. So now we're going to drop, reach the arm, pull everything down, reach it up. 4, full lunge from the sky. 3, 2, again, you don't have to use the pull, right? If you've got balance, get rid of that pull and just hold it, but you can shove it down if you need to. Stay down, small tuck of the tailbone, reach the arm, bow and arrow to the open side, away from your pull. Let's go 4. Hold deeper if you're able to. 3, 2, 1. All the way forward. Slowly let the knee go down. Uncurl the toe. Move that weight to the opposite side. That's showing you what you're going to grab next time. Push into the hip. I'm now moving my pole to the opposite side for support, or I'm getting rid of it. So I'm going to push in and out from my hips. If you feel okay, stay deep as much as you want. Again, I'm being a little mindful on how deep I'm going into my hips right now. But if it feels good, go ahead and press yourself right in there. Now let's go ahead and hold. Shoulders down. One arm up, other arm up. If you feel okay, grab that back leg. Inhale, exhale, lift that heart. And then take the hips, push them back, and roll yourself into that hamstring stretch. So for this, I like to point and flex that front foot. If you need more support, you can use the pole versus forward flexing in the back. Point and flex that foot, activates that calf muscle a little bit. Both hands to the inside of the front leg. Swing that leg very carefully all the way around. Stay here. We're going to do a little bit of fire hydrant here. So in our 4-point stance, we're going to flex the leg that we were just stretching that was forward, and we're going to lift and lower. Open and close. Let's go 4 and 3. Connect that core. 2 and 1. Now I want you to take the leg behind you, point away on the toe, reach if you're able to with the opposite arm. Yeah, lower left. 5, 4, squeeze the booty. 3, 2. Now these are rainbows. The hand goes down. I'm going to pull my leg across and then right to the side. Now if I need to, I can do it bent knee. Oh, I think Janelle got bunched out. Let me head her back in here. Sorry, guys. There we go. So I can do this bent knee where I pull it in and then kick it out behind, or the leg could stay straight the whole time. Straight the whole time is going to be harder, right? Stay tall in the hip you're leaning on. Go 2 more. And 1. And then bring that leg all the way down. Beautiful. Curl the toes. Find a mini short plank for a moment, holding 5, 4, knees are off, 3, 2, lift into your down dog, stretch it out, give a little wiggle here. Your pole should be on the side that you're going to use it on. Bring it in close to you. Walk your feet or your hands towards your feet, grab your pole, and bend as you slowly come up. Give a little wiggle in those hips. So now we're going to step forward, opposite leg. So my pole's in my left hand. My left foot is forward. I'm in my lunge. And then I'm going to grab hold of that weight, right? We're going to start that forward pull. Reach and pull. Watch you're not death gripping the foot on the floor, your toes, right? Go as deep as you want into the lunge and be mindful. The knee can go over the toe perfectly fine, but watch it's not collapsing in. Go 2 more and 1. Now stay in a little bit of that forward lean, sneak the leg in. Remember, this is same side working, so it's awkward. Lift the leg, row and lower. Squeeze the glute. If you have difficulty with straight leg, bend the knee here. 4 more. Tilt forward. 3, 2, 1. Sneak the leg back. Hold it in warrior pose, right? So you're nice and connected. And then we're going to dip down and row open. So here you might need to spread your legs wider on the mat. Bend into the front leg, reach away. No pull or as little pressure as you can into your pole. 4 more. 3, vision goes with the row. Last 2 and 1. Stay in the forward. Wiggle back into parallel. Sneak the leg in. Chest comes up. Arm comes up. And everything up and down. Yes. Little tuck of the tailbone. Knee again in line with the baby toe versus collapsing in. Go 3 more. 3. Nice, you guys. 2. Stay in the down. Little bow and arrow. Small tuck. Watch, you're not just pushing out that tushy, right? And then let's go ahead and row. Hold as deep as you want here, guys. Let's go 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Knee goes down. That weight can go right off to where your other weight is. And just bring your pull down opposite side. Push into the hips and do that little flow in and out of the hips. Once this feels good, again, hands can be up on the hips, they can be on the knee, they can be down to the ground. Hold where you feel nicely challenged. One arm, both arms again. I'm staying out of my hips a little bit, but if you've got it to grab the back quad, please go ahead. Or the foot to find back quad, please go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Push the hips back, draw up on the ball of foot. If you want the pole to stay a little bit out of the depth in the back, go ahead. Otherwise, down you go. Point and flex the foot. Evidently, I can't speak today. Point and flex. 1 more. Bring both hands to the front or the inside of the front leg. Slowly bring that leg around. So we are doing our donkey kicks, right? If you have a hard time on your elbows, always have an ottoman. I could do an ottoman here. From here, I'm just going to do the fire hydrant. Push out, pull in. See the range of motion happening on this hip? Try not to. I'm just going to turn my booty here. So there's a real tendency in all of these 3-point stance things to lean at this big angle. So I want you to look at that back leg that is staying down and keep your hip in line with your knee. Stay straight. You can curl the toe for more balance if you need it, or uncurl. Now we're going to take the leg out and lift and lower. Once you have that lift and lower, you're going to alternate the opposite arm, right? So lift and lower. Squeeze the glute. You can bend the knee here if you need to. Push away from the floor. Still look at your femur bone. It's straight down above the knee, or pretty darn straight. And that arm is straight down from the shoulder to the wrist. We're going to do that rainbow. Both hands come down. I can bend my knee in and then kick it over, and I kind of try and look at it as I bring it around. I've got a lateral flexion happening there. So I pull in and I press out. Allow the spine to get a little bit of lateral work here. That leg coming into the side can be bent. If I have mine straight, I'm going to kick the wall, so I'm keeping bent. Let's go 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way around. Curl both toes, and we're going to do short plank 2. Lift just an inch, and we're going to alternate one leg, bring it down, alternate the other. For a little deeper stretch here, you guys, when you bring your knee off, press tall and extend. Woo. And then come down, and we're marching the other side, press tall. So go slow here. Take your time and enjoy that single flamingo type pose. One more time. Leave the feet down, come down, curl those toes, push back, grab your bar, and you may not need it, but we're going to do a little arrow pose with pins and needles. If you do need it, use your bar behind you. If your knees don't like this, come taller and sit tall and still have your toes curled under, right? From here, we're going to open that chest and bring it down. So my palms are just reaching away to the sky, and I'm just starting a shoulder extension to start with. Watch as you push away, you don't round. Stay tall in your chest line. So we'll start with this, and then when we hold arrow pose, you may or may not need the pole. Now, actively going to arrow pose, actively reach down, lift your heart, hold the stretch. Now, if you don't need the pole, just drop it. Interlace your hands, reach it down your sacrum. Try and straighten those elbows, lift that heart. Again, toes are getting angry at you from pins and needles. Come up. Otherwise, down we go. Lift that thoracic. The bigger the breath, the more you're going to stretch the pec line. It'll be quite intense. Big breaths. Slowly come out of that. Woo. Roll those shoulders. Grab hold of that pole. Just place it in front initially. Come up, find your down dog. Wiggle here a little bit. We've now played with those toes. Let them go. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Grab your pole, bend your knees, slowly come all the way up. So we're just going to stretch the toes the opposite direction. Uncurl the foot. Now, if you have bunions or arthritis, be gentle with this. Tendency will be to angle the ankle into dorsiflexion. So this is dorsiflexion when I'm flexing my foot. I want to lengthen it so I feel the stretch through my shin. If I'm okay, I'll drag it up and I'll push it towards straight. So as I push to straight, I don't want to hip hike. So I'm just going to push my hips back. You should feel quite a good stretch on your shin. Go baby toe, big toe, wiggle that around, and then gently come out, give a little pawing action. Let's do the other side. So it's back there, turn it upside down. Again, if your ankle's pushing away, lengthen it. Draw it in to where you feel okay. Again, arthritis, bunions, careful. From here, I'm gonna push that towards. So instead of hip hiking to straighten my leg, I push my pelvis back, and then I stretch into the toes. Right? Otherwise, you have to hip hike. You can't have one foot taller than the other without something moving in the pelvis to make you equal. Lovely. Come all the way to the front. We're going to do one sit down, and we're going to stay down. We're going to roll, and we're going to stay seated. So come right down into your passive squat. Let that roll, and grab a seat. Push those feet out. Sit nice and tall. A little tight in the lower back. Sit up on a platform of some sort. My heels are in the corners. I'm reaching my arms. So again, we're not protracted. We're not leaning forward. We're trying to find tall. We're going to do 3 movements for our spine twist. We're going to inhale, Now inhale one more time, pull with that backhand, peek towards that, rotate a little bit more into the paraspinals, and then exhale, bring it center. Inhale, rotate, grow tall. Inhale, rotate, pull a little deeper, bring it back. Inhale, rotate, tall, tall, tall. Sit on something if your lower back or your hamstrings are fighting you to be able to sit tall. Sitting tall is key. That's your set position to start with. Rotate, rotate, take a peekaboo, come all the way back. So we're going to do one clean swoop. We're going to rotate all the way around, bring it all the way back. Rotate all the way around, bring it all the way back. Now hold your hands a little tighter so that you can kind of do, what's going to end up happening is when you rotate, the hand closest to the front leg will move forward so you can give a little rotation and saw. So I'm going to pull that beside me, anchor it, and then pull forward, bend that elbow in, look towards the sky. A little bit of saw rotation here. Bring it all the way up to tall. The bar comes out, spin it around. This is now you're going to have to probably take it to the other side, anchor it, push that away. Nice stretch here. Bring it all the way up and back to center. One more time. Press it. As you press, you kind of sweep like you're rowing and then push that away. Feel that active stretch. Bring it up tall. Rotate to center. Sneak your hands. Rotate. Anchor. And then press away. Big breath. Sit nice and tall. Bring it back. Bring your feet more into parallel. Sits bones. Reach. You can put this away if you want to. Let's do a couple diamond rollbacks first. Let's just grab that bar. Just place it underneath. Grab behind your knees. Scoop to go back. Let's get that lower back a little more stretched out. Hollow the abdomen. Inhale. Come around the corner. Wiggle here if you're a little tight in the lower back. And then stretch to tall. Let's go again. Exhale. Scoop to hollow. Chin just comes into about a cervical knot or fist difference. Pull yourself around the corner. Lumbar spine stays vertical to the earth as you kind of rounding your thoracic and cervical. And go tall. This time we're going to stay down for the stretch. Exhale, scoop. Hands go around the legs. I have to pull my legs in closer for this. That's fine. Wrap them and try and get that lumbar spine vertical to the earth in line with the sacrum. And then from your thoracic junction of T12 kind of thing, round forward and pull your shoulders away from your ears. One more big breath. And then stack to tall. Sneak that pole out. Stretch the legs out into parallel. Open as comfortable. If you're a little tight in the back, you might need to bend the knees. Let's do some roll-ups. Reach the arms. Exhale, roll vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll it down. Let your arms go over the head. Watch here about that rib pop, right? Keep it connected. Pull comes through. Inhale, cervical nod. Squish your lower back. If you need to, bend the knees a bit. Round it up. And I'm just going to fold my elbows so the bar comes into my knees or just below my knees in forward flexion here. Nice big breath. And then roll it right back down. The ball just goes along my thighs. I lengthen it out. It goes over. Watch rib pops. Inhale, cervical nod. Big breath out. Exhale, round the spine and fold. Let's do two more vertebrae by vertebrae. Speak, Fiona. All the way over. Inhale, cervical nod, big breath out. Exhale, round, soften your shoulders and fold. We're going to stay down for toe taps. Peel it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Stay there. Sneak your feet in. If you want a head rest, go ahead. This is a good place for it. Take a nice strong inhale and give yourself a supported spine. Knee fold one, knee fold the other. Arms go up. Now, if you wanted to work harder, you could use your weights instead here, you guys, of the pull, right? So I'm just going to go over and back. Anything heavier is obviously going to be harder because it pulls on your body. So please, by all means, switch it out. Make sure the distance between ribs and hips on both sides is similar. Go one more time, and then we're going to do single leg with double arms. So one touches down and it comes up, and then the other. Now, traditionally, this is in a supported spine because the legs are lifted. If your back has the ability and the strength to hold a neutral spine in this position, go right ahead. Just kind of see how the back feels. This is still feeling good. Stretch the leg out. It's heavier as you stretch it out. Exhale out. Inhale home. Let's go two more. And one. Excuse me. Now, double 4 counts, double toe tap. 4, 3, go slow. 2, 1, don't let your ribs pop. Up. 2. So as soon as I go to double, I actually go to supported spine here, just because it's so much heavier than single. And that way I don't feel like I'm losing my rib hip. If this feels good, go ahead and extend the legs out. I'm going 4, 3, pull those abs in tighter as the legs get farther from the center of gravity, the center of your body, your line of center. Go 2 more. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3. We just have 1 more. Zip up those abs strong, you guys. Out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3. Stay with it in. Sneak the pole behind your legs. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, cervical nod. Just give me an ab prep. Just an ab prep. And then roll it back down. Now, if you're not comfortable with the legs up at this point in time, you can put them down. Inhale, cervical nod, and roll up here. Inhale, keep. Exhale down. So I like supported spine. I like neutral spine with my knees are bent. But if I'm choosing for hundreds to extend my legs, I'm going to go back to a supported spine and bring it down. So on this one, we're staying up for hundreds, you guys. Cervical nod, reach. If it feels okay, out go those legs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. Inhale, 2, 3. Shoulder blades off. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze those inner thighs and 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. I think I said 240s, but that's okay. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 60. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3. Roll it up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 80. Draw those abdominals up and in. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 90. Last one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100. Put the pull behind your knees. Widen out your legs and pull that in. So my legs are quite wide now. I've opened them right up. From here, I'm just going to pull on those. I'm going to go underhand grip so that I'm not yanking on my shoulders. Grab my pole, and I'm just going to go side to side. Let your hip flexors release and relax off by using your hands to hold the knees into this position. So the arms are active here. Release the pole down, grab behind your legs without the pole. Make sure your pole's not right by your bum, otherwise you roll on it. And roll it up. Let's reset into our tabletop here, you guys. So fingers ideally point to your bum. If that's really tight, point them to the sides. Get your heels in line with your sits bones. Exhale, up we go. Press the hips open. If the neckline's okay, we look to the sky. Big breath. Exhale, bring it down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press. Squeeze those glutes, which means we're going into the glutes soon, right? And bring it down. You pretty much know the way I work. Inhale, exhale. If you feel yourself warming up a body part, probably means you're going to get into it. Go 1 more time. Exhale. Stay here. Stay here. Holding 5, 4. Open those hips. 3, 2, and down. Let's do the singles. It always feels good. Take the hand. It's pointing to your booty. Point it to out. I like to point it all the way away. Just don't jam the elbow. Now I've moved it back so I have space to lean back into my arm. Grab your tailbone, lift it up, not literally. Now here, if you're okay with it, go ahead and push those hips a little bit to the sky for extension. Look towards that back hand and then bring it down. The back hand on the floor. Exhale. Wild thing. Press. And inhale, come down. Just give me 1 more. Exhale and press. Inhale, come down. Let's do the other side. Switch. Open that up. Set yourself. And then let's go ahead and press. You'll feel a stretch more in one side than the other because you're coming up to one side. Press. One QL will feel tightening while the other might feel lengthening. Go ahead and press. Bring it all the way down. Reach those legs out. Grab that pole from underneath. And roll back down. Now, if you were using the headrest, this is where we're going to get rid of it. Pull up the pants. Reach the arms and just start a bench press. Inhale, exhale. Again, if you want your weights, go ahead. We are going into bridge. 1 more time on the bench press. Now keep the arms in, elbows down. Peel it up, and as you peel up, reach the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, arms, articulate and bring it down. Inhale, exhale, peel and reach. Watch here, you're not over pressing the hips. Find that nice strong connection in the glute. If you over press through the hips, you'll probably feel pressure in your lower back. So be careful with that. Generally, this is a neutral spine at the bottom, going through flexion, holding neutral spine at the top. But if your back is a bit miffy, keep that little supported spine and bring it down. This time we're going to stay up there, gang. Bring it all the way up. And I want you to go butterflies on your knees. So I've turned my feet out a bit. And I'm starting to keep a neutral spine now on my ups and downs. I'm opening my knees and I'm closing them. So I'm going lateral and then internal, or lateral and medial rotation of hip and socket. Arms copy with a bench press. Inhale, exhale. Let's go 4, 3. Try and squeeze those knees together. In 2. Now keep those knees together, internally rotated. I've also internally rotated my foot. Pulse your hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to neutral. Peel that down. Now your legs might be quite wide, so bring them back more. Sits bones. And let's go ahead and peel up. Stay here. From here, I'm going to go back to the overhead and back. So I'm coming over and then touching my thighs. I'm going to lift both heels as I put the pull over and then lower both heels. Lift and lower. Now, if the heels are feeling good, that's where you're going to stay when I start to cue the leg lift. Now, I just want you to alternate. So one heel with the bar going over, and then the other heel with the bar going over. Find a natural breath. This time as the bar goes over, if it feels okay to lift the heel and then the leg without twisting or shifting, go ahead and bring it down. And then the other side, lift and bring it down. Let's go 2 more on each side, and then we're going to stay. I want you to stay on your dumb ass side. So whatever side feels just harder to get that leg going up, or you feel like you shift your foot into lateral rotations to stay stable, that'd be considered your dumb ass. Go ahead and keep your dumb ass up, and I'm just going to start with the toe tap. Or sorry, dumb ass is down. Dumb ass is down. And then I could go leg extension if I wanted to. I could go point and flex on the foot if it feels good. So we want to work the dumb ass first because it hasn't had a rest period from the double leg work that we did. So when we go to do the single leg work, right now my leg going up and down the air is actually having a rest period on the hamstring. Reach it to the sky a little harder, parallel to the other leg. Pulse up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that butt. 5, 4, nice. 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down, relax it. We're going right into the other one. Lift your heel, bring it up. So it's either toe tap with the arms going. Remember, if you don't like the arms or you need your arms for support, put them down. That is secondary. If this feels okay, it's an extension through the hip. If my hips are quite high, my leg extending down is going into hip flexor stretch. So if that's not feeling good, don't reach all the way down to the ground. Let's go 4 more. Keep a bit of more of a straight hip flexor than a stretched hip flexor. Go 1 more. No, either up to the sky or parallel. Squeeze it. 8, 7. Squeeze that booty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down. Peel that to the floor. I'm going to move my legs out a bit. Take my arms lazy over my head. I'm popping my headrest back into place. Maybe I am. There we go. And I'm just going to windshield washer. Or 90-90s, whatever way you want to view it. So if it's your pelvis that's tight, keep your legs open and kind of push open this way. If your hips are what feel they're a little restricted, go a bit slower. And as you rotate, drop the one knee right down. So you're kind of hitting a 90-90 type position. And then open it and go the other direction. Take your time on the hip releases. And then we're going to go deeper into that back stretch. We are going to get the twist. Straighten out your right leg, bring up your left leg. I'm going to use my hand, so I'm letting my bar go. Hand on the opposite side of the knee, and over we go. Look the opposite direction. If it's the glutes that are a bit tight, pull that knee into your chest. If you feel any impingement, back off. If it's the hamstring and the lower back that want a little stretch, rotate here. If it's hammies that want to join the party, straighten the leg, the up leg. Couple breaths there as you rotate. So we can add more muscle groups into this, right? Really big inhales, exhales. Then slowly drag that leg all the way back. Your body will be crooked. Reset. Doesn't have to be perfectly square, but reset. Straighten out the left, bring up the right. Start with a modest rotation. Maybe start with that little pumping in. See how that feels. So I've got it right now in parallel. But if I want to test the internal rotation, I drop my knee a little bit deeper towards the floor as I pump in and just kind of see what's happening there. Then go ahead and hold the rotation with a bent knee, or if you want some hammy stretch, straighten the legs for that rotation. Try and relax your bottom butt cheek. Look over the opposite direction. Slow the breath, right? So you can find that stretch occurring. One more big breath. Sounds lovely. And then bend the knee and slowly derotate. Beautiful. Grab behind one leg, grab behind the other. Let's roll it up and let's find ourselves in a little mermaid position. So I've kind of pushed that booty down to the floor. If the hips are a bit tight, you might need to sit up on a pad. I'm going to give my hips a little bit of space here. I'm going to sit up on the pad, which opens up the angle on my hip. So if I'm on the floor, this angle is deeper. And if I've got pissy hips, that's going to bug it. So if I come up here, it's a little more open and I can still get my sits bones down. So reach up and let's go side lateral to the side of the bent knee, the knee that's in front. Rotate. And then bring it back. Reach this arm all the way around. Open that shoulder. The booty's going to lift. This arm can go down behind the back or reach, and I'm going to go up and down. I am going to lift up my back leg as I go down. I can straighten it if it feels good, and I can keep it straight and come. Now, I'm not going to do this one, but I could come up with a straight leg and press, which would give me a really big stretch here. Not in mine tonight, not happening today in my body, but if that feels good for you, please do so. Keep that elbow tucked in. Harder, if I reach this arm in front, then it's harder on that tricep and that core to stabilize, right? Go 2 more. And 1. Come all the way out. Reach that arm. Tuck that foot back in. Drop that sit bone back down. And you have to readjust that front knee a bit. Rotate. Big breath here. Exhale down to the floor. Rotation. Back to lateral. Reach. Bring it all the way out. Take this leg. Cross it over this one. So if it's tight, it'll be crossed out here. If you're okay, it's going to come in a little tighter. You're going to grab that and hug that in. So I'm not hugging very tight. This is not a real good example. If you can pull this knee right into your chest, please do so. I'm leaving space for a reason. My hip flexors are super tight. I'm actually going to use this to massage out. I'm going to take my thumb. I'm going to push it into my rec fem and my hip flexor tendons as they come in there. And I'm just going to try and relax that. So I'm holding this leg so it's loose. And I'm just giving a little rub through that. I see you joining my party there, Kathleen. Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? It just kind of gets into that rec fem. Now, if you're okay in twist, put that arm there, rotate all the way around. Again, I'm staying open in my hip joint. If you can pull the knee right in and you have no impingement, pull it in. Go right ahead. Nothing wrong with that. If the hips move that deep, that's fabulous. Slowly come out. We're going to take those legs all the way over to the other side. Again, if you need that little seating pad, go ahead and use it. Sitting nice and tall, readjusting the clothing, reach up, over into lateral on this side. Feel that stretch. Rotate down to flexion, up into lateral, and then reach it. We're going to take this shoulder, open it, line our hand up. It can go down, small, or reach. And I'm going to go up and down. So if I'm not lifting the leg, I'm only going so far because I don't want flexion here. So if I'm not lifting the leg, that's about as far as I can get before I start flexing. If it feels okay, I'll lift the leg bent and squeeze the booty. Lift the leg and straighten it, or keep the leg straight the whole time. So as I come up, I could reach that long. All right, so you need to find your happy place. Let's go 5 more. And 4. And 3, use your breath. Last 2. And on the last one, we're going to come all the way out. Tuck this foot. back into your booty, settle into your hips so this drops, and go side lateral. Woo. Big breath there. Give me a rotational. Back to side lateral. And then take that leg, bring it all the way across. So again, any issues here, I could also straighten out my base leg. I'm trying to drop that butt cheek down. Again, I'm staying open in my angle. If you feel good, pull it in. I'm staying open, and instead, I'm trying to relax off that connection here. So I'm going to take my thumb, and I'm just going to sort of run it back and forth like I'm kind of drumming a string on a guitar. So it's right here in the joint that I'm sort of pushing back and forth with, just getting a little feedback. And I want to relax that hip flexor enough that I can get in there. Beautiful. Now, if that feels okay, you're going to take that into your twist. Rotate, look the opposite direction, sit nice and tall. Couple really big inhales, exhales. And then unpretzel fully. So we're going to go into some extension. Knees to the side. You can push off that pad if you're using one. We are going to need the pole if you're a little tight in the shoulders. So place the pole towards the front. Let's go over onto our bellies. And we're finding a little bit of lazy push-up first, or floppy, or Mackenzie, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll move into some connected. So my legs are bending my heels, so my knees, my heels come into my tush. I'm laterally rotated, reaching away. Wiggle your bum, relax your abs. Nothing is connected. Pubic bone stays down. I'm going to do a little lift just to feel, where's my back? When I actually let my back go into extension, how is it feeling? Don't pull up. Let your back find the movement. And then gently come down. So if you're like, yeah, no, got it. My hands can come a little tighter. This is floppy, so I'm not really concerned in how pretty it looks. The elbows could be out, my shoulders could be up. My focus is, how is my lower back and my extension through my spine feeling? And then gently come down. Still okay? You can bring those hands in tighter. So how tight is up to you? You're looking, the tighter my arms are to the side here, the more the movement will go into my lower back and stretch out my hips. I can't go there right now. So if that feels good, get those hands in tight towards you, right? Towards your hips more. One more big breath. And gently bring that down. Beautiful. So we're just going to wake up that extension a bit. Legs more in parallel, open as comfortable. Reach them. Pull your abs in. Hands are just beside you. So if I was holding the pole, my arms would basically be in line with my nose bridge, right? So it's right here. That's about where I'm at. Now, I'm not going to use the pole because it's going to get in the way. But I want you to pull the abs up and in, squeeze the glutes, actively reach the legs, lift your arms and your chest off. Now, if you can hold a little higher, use your fingertips to find higher in connection, and then find your active strength. Let go. Now, squeeze the rhomboids and bring them down. So we're not lowering and lifting the chest. We are holding and maintaining an extension in thoracic and cervical. Lumbar, sacrum, neutrals. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades. Harder would be arms straight out to the side because it's heavier. So go ahead and reach them out to the side. Get your shoulders away from your ears. Maintain the height that works for you. Now, if you're okay with this and it's still going nicely, squeeze the glutes, straighten the legs, hover the legs off as well. Lift and lower. So if you can put your fingers down and come a little higher to hold, go ahead. Let's go 5 and 4. Nice. 3, 2, and 1. Lower that down. If you need a child's pose, go ahead and take it. I'm just going to press back, and I'm actually going to do more of a beach pose, opening my chest. If you want a rounded spine, you can. If you want to just stay down there, you can. We're going to lead this into double leg kick. If you know you don't need the pole, don't worry about grabbing it. If you need the pole, you're going to use it behind the small of your back. Let's go ahead and come all the way down. Now, we do want a lateral rotation, so go ahead and find that. I'm finding the pole in the small of my back. I'm turning my cheek so my ear plugs into the floor. Now, with my hands on the bar, I can't actually let my elbows go totally down, but the sensation is down there. All right? So take an inhale here and kick your bum 3 times. Pull your abs in. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Now, as I send the legs out, there's a bungee cord between my hands and my legs. They all push out actively, and I turn and face the floor. Don't look up with your neck. Turn your cheek the other way, and let's go. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Again, inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Again, inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, one more time each way. Last time. Hold here, hold here. If you don't have the bar, let go with your hands so that they're unattached. You don't need the bar, but unattach them. Press the arms up, lower it down. Now, if my lower back is getting a little fatigued, either pull your abs in tighter or lower the legs. If you feel fatigued, that's okay, right? We are working the back extensors in that held position. Draw your belly button, in theory, up off the floor and lengthen your neck and your shoulders away from your ears. Let's go 3 more. Woo. And 2. And 1. And release. Place your pole to the side of your body. You are going to use it for one last stretch. Push back, child's pose, rounded spine, beach pose, whatever's calling your name. And we're going to do one last little rotational stretch. When you're good, come up strong on your knees. No rush. I'm going wide on my knee position. My pole's in my hand. I'm going to take that pole, reach it across, plant it down. And then I'm going to pull the top towards me as I lower myself down into that rotational stretch. The pole here can be reaching. If I pull it, it causes me to rotate a bit more. Really big breath here, you guys. And then I'll use that pole to assist me in coming up. Now, if I wanted to work harder on the glute and the rotation, I wouldn't use the pole pushing into the ground to come up. I'd lift it and come up with my core strength. Does that make sense, guys? So I reach. I don't know if I can do it right now with my hips. We'll see. I'm going to come down. I'm going to pull. I'm going to press that away. Right here, I'd lift. Now, my back's not liking it. So I'd lift. I'm going to drag it in for my body today. But if you can lift it and pull all the way across. Yeah. So go where you need to. I'm going to reach, plant it, come down, dip a little deeper. Nice big breath here, you guys. Push that pull away. Use it to assist you if you need to. If you don't. And bring it up. One last time. Reach it. The arm comes down and away. The head can get down there. It does. Pull in that arm. And then reach. Use your core. Bring it all the way to tall. Beautiful. Just leave that pull there. Turn yourself so you've got some length on your mat. Let's find a little down dog. Let's play with that. Prance those feet a little bit. Drop your shoulders. Find that nice, strong, full down dog. Open that up. Again, bend the knees, lift the heels if you need to. Walk your hands to your feet in 4, 3, all the way in on 2 and 1. You don't need your pull. Let your head dangle. Bend the knees, articulate all the way up to tall for me, you guys. Once you're there, kind of give a little wiggle and a shimmy. Let's take a breath. Inhale to the top, big breath up. Exhale, hands down, center heart, little shimmy and movement. Let everything go. Go the other way, all the way around. Ah.